maybe. Well, we're going to get into it. Welcome to Off the Line Racing. And you join us with a new commentator and a new setup here at Off the Line Racing. As you can see, we now have console mixing it with PC ahead of Season 3. The transition is very much real. Joining me in the commentary booth for round 8 is Sam. Welcome in, Sam. Your first time commentating, to my knowledge. Looking forward to this one. Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, a brand new thing. We've just come back after the break. A busy period for the league. A lot happening going forward. But like you say, it's Gacha versus I think it was his teammate. Let's get the drivers' standings up. Yeah, it is. It's Gacha and his teammate Banana. With, to be fair, Red Devil just behind. So it's looking tight for the championship. Ludic in P4 not here tonight. The Fair's not here. PW Jones not here. And then next up is Marius. Let's go to the constructors. Alpine absolutely dominating with the VCOMs behind. I mean, apart from really the battle for fourth, it looks pretty straightforward for the Alpines. They have dominated all season. COTA, though, can definitely spring a surprise, especially if we've got mixed conditions.
As he is definitely still in this fight, but other than that, it's really just sort of anyone's game at the front today.
I do apologise. I absolutely butchered you there because the settings weren't set correctly, so they couldn't hear you. But
wow.
Now they can. But you did say a lot, but you can say it all again perhaps next time. We're going to go on board. Who is first out on track? Let's go with that man there, Silo. Everybody knows him in the F1 community. The absolute sweat that is Silo. So Silo joins us on the Wednesday, as well as TTM Vettel, Mano, Regmeister, Panchito, AMS Bobby, and Snowbody Cares. So it is some quick drivers joining us. This is going to be the first glimpse of what is going to come for Season 3. This is the sort of lineup you can expect. Watch out for Air Ripson, because on the weekend, he absolutely delivered a performance to remember at Silverstone in the community race. So watch out for him. He is definitely one for the front row, I think.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, I don't know much about him, but I mean, if it's coming from you, it's high regards enough. We've got the likes of, Banana, Red Devil, and Gacha just miles ahead at the moment. There's not really anyone else that is close enough, I don't believe, who is here anyway. But, there's a few drivers who are reserving in, like you said, like Silo. He's, exceptionally quick driver. He could really, sort of upset the balance here, especially during, overtaking. It could really, split the field up.
Aspirations of the league are met when people like this man come and join us and sign up. This is where we want to be. This is the standard that we want to be acclaimed and known for. Also, clean driving. That's something that we do push. The stewards are very, very firm, but fair, of course, with an extensive rule book. So if you want to be a part of it, as maybe you want to be on the FIA, you want to be a commentator, we are definitely growing. We definitely want you to get involved. So join up, ! Discord in the chat. Get yourselves in ahead of Season 3, which signups will be open next month. Early next month, that is, as well.
yeah, get yourselves in, guys. You know, we're really looking forward to season 2 here. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. You know, tough competition, we're hoping.
There we go, 30.1. A banker, 30.1. Last night's pole position by Leon was a 30.0. And their Silo putting a banker of a 30.1. Red Devil, 30.8. Welcome. Welcome, Red Devil. You're going to get used to this, brother.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't see anyone in the top, 10 having anything less than a low 30.1, or like the very very low 30s. I'm expecting from a good amount of the drivers here. Definitely hoping to see some 129s as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to turn you up at the minute so the stream can hear you. We're on board with Marius Anderson, who won on his debut at Australia with after an incident between Damien Curiel and I think it was Red Devil, wasn't it, at the third to last corner, the right hander.
Yeah, I believe so.
Where Damien picked up a 5-second penalty. Oh, a little bit of a snap there by Marius, carrying a lot of pace there through the penultimate corner as Marius is going to cross the line. Yeah, it's not the best one for him. Maybe making a mistake. Maybe he's definitely not on a flyer now. So let's go on board with Ponchito as he's about to cross the line. And his first lap is a 31.8, which puts him up into P5 right now. Apparently, Zeno is on a lap. I surprised myself with dropping that one in. But yeah, apparently Zeno... I actually messaged someone called Achu on TikTok today about joining the league. Turns out it's actually apparently Zeno. So my approaches were, sorry, I'm already in the league. AMS Bobby and Zeno, that is a real good lineup there, isn't it, in Mercedes?
Yeah, definitely. Very strong lineup, You can never discredit Bobby. He's had a couple of races where, especially where I've seen him elsewhere, where he's not been quite there, but I'm always looking at him, he's a very quick driver, on PlayStation. Definitely could be up there in, sort of the top 5 today.
Yeah, somebody else who's going to be up there as well is TTM Vettel. Most people will know him from Xbox. He's recently moved to PC over the Christmas period, and he's just finding his feet a little bit. Let's go on board with Julian Prince in the V-Cab as he's about to start his first flying lap. No set time yet. Ice Cream also no time set. I mean, it's one of those tracks, isn't it, Sam? You've really... all the time is on the limit. Like, you've got to push those boundaries, but if you push too much, there's an invalidation around the corner.
Yeah, no, it's... if you're not on the limit, every corner of this track, you're going to lose time. You're going to lose out to the top sort of end of the field. But then, especially coming out of sort of the final few corners, it's very easy to just run that extra tiny bit wide, thinking you can gain that extra little bit of time, and then bang, the whole lap's gone, and you're back in the pit lane thinking, what have I done? And it's very important to set your banker here, because of the track limits. It can be an issue for some drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. Julian Prince, he's impressed me this season. He's somebody that we come across in open lobbies. He's definitely shown, like a lot of these drivers, he's adjusted to league racing quite well, and he's pushing himself and gaining a lot more pace, gaining that experience. And hopefully he can sign up for next season, and we can see him progress further, as we've got a few people coming out to the pits. We've got Ice Cream, who's got himself up into 8th. So that's the first round done. Critical time, I would say, for the likes of Zeno and Gacha. No time on the board. This is kind of at the period now where they're going to need to get a marker down, aren't they? Because you can probably still do 2 more runs after this.
Yeah, it's a very crucial part of the qualifying. It's definitely not going to be your fastest lap, but I mean, you could go out for your fastest lap, invalidate, and then because you haven't set a lap during the mid part of the session, that's it. You're starting at the back or towards the back, and that can be really frustrating as a driver, knowing where you should be and where you are. I know I've had it happen to me a few times, and you just feel like kicking yourself because you've got nobody else to blame.
Oh, Julian.
Oh, is that? Julian's
Yeah,
tired?
Julian's had a mare. And that won't be because he's happy with his time. That'll be because he's had a stinker. He's dropped it on that left hand at the end of the DRS zone. And he must have just dropped it and put it in the barrier, which, a 31.3, he's going to be right down the back there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, especially, the likes of Gatcha and Bobby haven't set a time yet. I'm fully confident they can beat that. That is it's not a good place to bin it. It's not a good place to be out.
Absolutely not. Of course, there will be a lobby reset. It is mandatory in off-the-line racing. We do get the collisions back on. We do set the grid again. We do apply grid penalties, should someone pick up a penalty from the stewards. But DNF'd in that race. So this race, there's nobody who will have a grid penalty. But, we will have to reshuffle the grid. I think it's sort of become the norm now, isn't it? And most lobbies, most leagues tend to apply that restart button when it comes to lobbies.
Yeah, it's, at the end of the day, it is a game. Nothing's perfect. There's always room for, glitches to come in, and nobody wants their race to end on lap 4 because they've teleported into the grandstand.
Yeah, well, Gacho, what a flying lap. Red Devil improved to P4. Gacha up to P3. Let's go on board with Balkowski. Actually, is he just... I'm not sure if he's on a flying lap. He's up to... I think this is actually just his second run. Gacha with his first run, a 30.6. That's a very solid effort. Got time to do 2 more. Silo's improved to a 30.0. Nearly in the 29s. Not quite. Hashtag washed. But watch out for Vettel. I think Vettel is the one, along with Ripson, who could really get involved there with the top sort of 2 rows. It just, it depends how much these guys have practiced, if they've put any effort in at all. Zeno and Bobby down there, no lap time set in the Mercedes.
Still. I think Vettel is just on a lap at the moment. He's coming down the main straight.
Yeah, and he's
Can he improve? I mean, he really needs to get a decent time in here. He is falling down the order quite a bit.
Yep, he's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him, but he gets out of the way nicely. Of course, you're not going to get too hampered by the car ahead because you can go through them, but you can visually be impaired, impeded. So you can still get penalised with a qualifying ban. There are still situations where you will get penalised. And again, I have to ask the question, why leagues haven't done this a lot sooner, to be honest. Because with the collisions off, the one thing that you do avoid is Vettel puts it into P3. The one thing that you do avoid is the silly 5-place grid penalties that the game likes to offer.
Yeah, especially with leagues that don't do a lobby reset afterwards either, I've definitely had that myself, and it is infuriating because you know where you should be. And, all it takes is, a little tap on a side pod, and that's it. You've gone from P4 to P9 or wherever it is.
Yeah, well, Ripson's going to be improving his time. He's currently second by 1,000th. He's improved by 3 attempts. He's just a couple of attempts now behind Silo. So the pack is slowly starting to reel in. I think we'll see Silo go out again. There's no reason not to go out. It's not like you need to save a set of tyres. Let's go on the ball with Mano has invalidated. Ice Cream is coming down the back of the DRS straight. What can the Ferrari man do? He's teamed up with Marius Anderson. I think, although I'm not too sure, they might be in the same team, which is TTRE. I might have to get confirmation on that.
Yeah, not 100% sure on that one. But, again, a very strong duo. I feel like if they can definitely both get themselves in sort of the midfield, they can, help each other out a bit as Ice Cream comes into the pit lane. Mustn't be happy with his lap. He's going to be getting in there now, putting fresh set on, going out again, I guess.
Yeah, I tell you what.
No, sorry, carry on.
I'm just going to say, Zeno's trying to get an absolute perfect exit. But the problem is, Nobody Cares is on a flying lap as well. So he's kind of put himself in a position to be hampered. So yeah, good luck with the stewards with that one.
Yeah, it's one of them. I mean, they both. I mean, well, Nobody's invalidated now, so not that it should matter all too much, unless, of course, it was a visual impede by Zeno. Then that can definitely get looked at in the stewards room. Might be a bit of a difficult one for you guys to debate, but
yeah, well, we've
those.
just seen that Bobby has in fact put a lap in, a 30.8, saying that it's his first lap of the day. But what I like about having a banker is you can obviously you see where you're going to improve, can't you? You just feel the lap, so to speak.
Yeah, you know where you can gain that time back. It's your first lap, isn't it? It's never going to be perfect on your first lap, no matter how much you've practiced. Obviously, during track conditions throughout the qualifying session, definitely improving. But yeah, it's something you need to have is your banker lap. If you mess that up, it can really screw your qualifying session. Really sort of end your qualifying right there, really.
Well, this is his first lap for Zeno, a 30.7. I think he'll be disappointed with that, but he's put himself in that position by essentially not being able to put in a banker. This I tell you what, I'll be surprised if he's in the top 10 with that.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he can, make it back to the pit lane in time for a second lap now.
Not yeah, well, Silo's a 10th up through sector one. The boy's going to be going into the 29s here.
Yeah, let's just hope for no mistakes.
Yeah, let's go on board for it.
Purple second sector comes now. I always find this part of the track very tricky. It's probably the easiest place to invalidate, especially turn 19. I'm always running wide there. Let's see, does Silo? Oh, just inside the track limit.
Yeah, he's nearly 2 times. This is gonna be 29.8.
Yeah. I mean, just.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, just have a day off. I mean, if you're the other drivers, I mean, how can you compete with that? I mean, it's brilliant. And like, listen, this is the thing. That's the standard that he sets, and everybody else has got to up their game.
Oh, 100%. I mean, he's out there. He's flying at every session. Every track he touches, he's flying. I mean, he's gone out now, and the track's not even at its best condition. You see every other driver's now on their out lap. But he's gone out there, done his thing, and he knows in his head, he's at least top 3 with that lap as a bare minimum.
The thing is, going out and having the track at its best sometimes does go against you, because you can't put time on a clean track and clear air. So absolutely no chance of being impeded. He's then been able to deliver his lap to the maximum, and yeah, it's a very, very good lap.
Yeah, extremely good. As Zeno has also DNF'd.
Ponchito's on a flying lap. Down in P13, I expect a big improvement here from the Arch driver, but not this lap. And I think in fact he's invalidated, and that will be his qualifying over. So let's go back. Let's go back to Marius, who's really under pressure here. And you can see it, turn 1, he's absolutely played that so safe just to get a time on the board.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's got to. He's in the 132s. Almost, 2 seconds behind Silo over that. It's really not a good place to be, especially a driver of his sort of level. He needs to just get this lap in and make the places back up in the race. It's an unfortunate thing, but if you make the mistakes in your qualifying, you're going to have to pay for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm expecting Regmeister to improve quite a bit. Obviously, there is going to be some pace differences between the top and the bottom. That this is not a tier based. It's not being based off a pace. This was the PC tier, and we have sort of merged it into crossplay essentially. But come season 3, that's when you're going to see these tiers matched up.
Hold on a moment. Sorry to interrupt, but Air Ripson has just gone purple in the second sector. He's, entering the third sector now. Coming through turn 17, turn 18. Can he dethrone Silo?
Well, I'm just gonna finish what I'm watching right now because Marius Anderson is coming up to the finish line, and he's gonna jump up to P11. So a good improvement. Ripson is improving a little bit.
The line.
He does improve by a tenth. What can Vettel do? He's coming through the final corner. He's improving. I don't think he's got enough to dislodge Vettel. Though Gacho also coming through the final sector. Red Devil is also finishing. He goes up to P4. Bobby up to P4 with 4/10 improvement. Gacha under pressure now. He jumps to P5. What can Snowbody do? Snowbody improves, goes up to P14. What can Regmeister do? I don't think it was a huge improvement, but it was a small improvement. That's for sure. So that will be
definitely.
qualifying. Let me just take a screenshot of that. As I have to reset the lobby. There will be a little musical intermission. Calvin in the bottom there, 32.2. I don't think he'll be happy with that. Of course, the lobby will be reset now, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to just play you a little bit of music. Go get yourselves a drink. Get yourselves prepared for these next few laps. We are back. Yes, welcome back. The lobby is good to go. It looks like it is dry conditions. Sam, the lobby's set. The stage is set. Now it's down to the drivers.
Oh, you have to repeat yourself there. Cut out.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, you cut out there a second.
I'm just saying that the stage is set now, yeah?
Oh yeah, definitely. Getting ready to get underway. Sort of. What are your predictions for the race? What do you reckon? Do you see just Silo dominating every lap, or maybe a bit of an upset? We've got Bobby in P4. I'm expecting big things from him. Definitely a very quick driver. Just got to stay with it, I reckon. And he could be in chance for a podium, maybe even a win if he pushes himself.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the top three. I mean, so much can happen here. I just want to see. Hopefully, we get a clean first lap, and then we can sort of start to evaluate. I fully expect the medium tire to be the one to start on, though. Maybe if they can keep it together on the hard to medium, I possibly see a few people doing that. But for me, the medium is such a strong drop off. The way to go is medium to hard.
Yeah, it'd be my personal strategy pick around here. Again, undercut is very powerful here, especially with like sector 3 and sector 1. It is just all about your grip. And as soon as them tires start going, you start losing big time to the guys on the fresher tires. Even if you have got yourself a nice DRS train going, it's just a case of getting on their mediums and picking the right lap to pit.
Absolutely. I'm just happy I haven't messed up the grid order because obviously it's easy to do. You're trying to make the turnaround quick, but also you don't really want to be putting in people in the wrong position because in a grid like this, it can really make a difference. These drivers now are going to get their strategies together. They're going to get their fuel. We don't know about the weather because, of course, the reset is a new dynamic. So if it was meant to be dry in the first race, it doesn't mean it's going to be dry in this race. So, if there is wet weather on the way, that's going to make a slight difference to how this first stint goes.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, that the weather's going to come in later in the race. If that is the case, then we're going to see a lot of people starting on the hards. There's not really a reason otherwise. But if it is dry all the way through, I'm expecting a full grid of mediums.
Yeah, well, let's see. I don't think we're going to be too far away. Apparently, Red Devil saying it's dry. So there we go. Sam, I know it's your debut, but take it away for the first, for your first race here at Off the Line Racing in the commentary booth.
Yep, we get ready. All drivers are lined up now as we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And away we get underway for the Austin GP. Silo not having the greatest of starts. As we see, Air Ripson's going to get a decent run at him. Turn 1 doesn't quite get the move, and TTM Vettel going around the outside. They're going to be going side by side now through turn 2. As Vettel Air Ripson actually just drops behind Vettel. So we've got Vettel making up places. Bobby stays where he is. Gatcher as well.
Oh, he got damage!
M plate flying. That is not a good sign here.
That's Reg. That's Reg. No, it's not. No, I'm not sure who that is, but prior to that little bit of contact, it was a complete clean getaway. But yeah, a little bit of debris. I'm not too sure who. Let's get to the front.
Is there a bit of an incident going on there?
Julian Prince has had a moment here.
Yeah. Oh, and that is the Mercedes of Zeno. Front wing is completely gone on that car now. That is not what you want for your race start. That could really, really mess the order up for him.
Oh, yeah, it's gone. I wonder if he was the one who picked up damage originally.
Yeah, he needs to get out of the way here. I mean, he's just sort of gone deep.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, in those situations, you just got to get out of the way. As Julian picks up a penalty as well.
I tell you what, Ripson and Bobby are fighting left, right, and centre. Vettel's up to P2. This has kind of allowed Silo to get away. And really, they need to push. They need to put in a hell of a lap here because, you know, such a powerful tool to have around here. This DRS. Julian Prince has decided he's had enough. He's gonna box and retire. An interesting first lap. I mean, I don't understand why you'd quit on the first lap, but
I mean, anything can happen,
yeah,
really, can't it?
I mean,
it's too early to quit.
Yeah, COTA's not known for bringing out a lot of safety cars, but it can happen, and then you're back in the race. So, yeah, Vettel just about in the DRS though. That's crucial. It's still
keep the DRS here.
Still Silo. Let's have a look at the tyre compound, shall we? Tyre compound. The majority. Yep, the majority. I mean, the top 11 on the medium tyre. Marius Anderson is the one struggling. He's out of DRS. That's going to be a problem. I mean, he's really dependent on the top 8 battling. But these are very smart. These guys are very smart. They'll be pushing each other along.
Yeah, it's what you got to do here, especially with Silo out at the front. These guys behind have just got to work together. Don't be battling this early. Don't be putting their life on the line this early, because there really isn't a point. Just stay within that DRS. Keep fighting. As it looks like Silo's actually broken DRS here. Vettel's going to have to burn now. I think he just about got it, but that is that's not good for the drivers behind. They really need to keep up, keep the pace there. As soon as they lose that DRS, that could be game over. It could just be Silo flying off into the distance.
Yeah, I mean, already lap 3 and we're talking about breaking DRS. That's just absolutely disgusting to hear. He looks nailed in. He looks dialed in. Unlike his internet. He won't mind me saying that. 1.1. He's. I tell you what. Through that first sector, that setup is really nailed on, isn't it? That's where he gains the time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sector 1, Sector 3, he is just the quicker car. There's no doubt about it. And I'm sure that just comes down to his wings. Vettel has lost DRS and he's now going to lose position to Air Ripson. As Bobby stays behind. But they really got to start thinking about booking up their ideas here, because if they don't, Silo's just going to run away with it.
Well, I will say, I do think Ripson is he looks like the quicker driver compared to Vettel. Even in qualifying, Ripson was P2, wasn't he? I think so.
Yeah, he was.
1 lap pace is there, and if it is only just 1 good lap that you need to get back into the DRS, Ripson is absolutely the man to get him into that DRS, and I think he's just about done it. He has. He's now got DRS, and he picks up the fastest lap while he's doing it. So, a good lap there for the drivers. A great lap there from Ripson, as Bobby's going to make a move into turn 1. Slight contact. Vettel really, I have to say, should have really seen him coming. I don't think there's any damage, though. I think they'll just move on from that. And tell you what, Bobby now 1.4 behind P2. So, this train is splitting up.
Yeah, that little, kerfuffle at turn 1 there has really cost them. They were already 8 tenths behind, and, they've just gone and lost a further, 8 tenths, and now they haven't got DRS. And it's going to be very hard to get that back, especially with, just 2 drivers out in front. They're going to just be swapping DRS. They're both quick. They're both smart drivers. They know what they're doing. They're not going to, mess around. It's lap 4 at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, this is the one, though. Look at this. Red Devil on Gaccio on Vettel. Nowhere to go and no overtakes whatsoever. Just they're all bottled in.
Oh, it's an end plate flying, I think. No, everyone looks to be all good.
I didn't see any debris. It looks like it's all aggressive. Down the inside goes Manu. And Red Devil left the door open. Manu says, thank you very much. I'll have a slice of that. Clean, aggressive move there from the Ash driver. Red Devil a little bit sleepy at the wheel.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very cheeky move there, but it is also a very, very nice move. I mean, if the door is
Oh, we got
open...
damage!
Oh! That is the
That is Red Devil.
V-carb of Red Devil. Yeah, he's missing end plate now. That is not quite what you want on lap 5 of the race, especially entering into sector 1. I mean, he's going to lose a lot of time here from that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It looked like a concertina effect from the guys in front.
Yeah.
And he just sort of got caught up in it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, with the cars that close together, you do have to expect to break early. I don't think he's got anyone else to blame there but himself. But then again, it is just a racing incident. It does happen.
Yeah, well, we see it as a racing incident, potentially. We didn't really get the on-board view. Red Devil might have a different opinion on it. I'm sure the stewards will know. He's oh, we got a moment there from Marius Anderson. He's going to come under threat from his teammate. Let's have a look, because Gatcha is now going through. In fact, he's got through past Vettel. And watch out. Let's have a look at Pachito in the background, because he's having a look at the Ferraris. Not quite doing now. So Regmeister is catching up to the back of this battle. It is stretching a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, them hards are going to start coming in the next couple of laps, but then again, by the time, you know, they've made a difference, these guys are going to be in the pit lane. They're already going to be on their fresh tyres, and they're just going to get a massive undercut. So Regmeister's really got to hope that he gets, you know, a good few clean laps. As Marius Anderson picked up a pre-second penalty there. The only driver currently with a penalty. But yeah, you've got to get out early with the hards, especially starting on them. You need to be sort of up in that front pack. You need to stick with them, otherwise, you know, the strategy just isn't going to work.
Oh, moment! Oh! A little bit of contact. It was contact between Bobby and Vettel. It looked bare minimum contact on the stream. This will be music to the ears of Red Devil, who can fix that front wing. He will lose 5 seconds, but it will bring the pack closer. I'm not too sure how that all happened, but it didn't look like the contact was that great.
No. Obviously I need to see it, but in this sort of, you know, in this game especially, anything can come from the smallest of taps. You know, under braking, it can really unsettle your car. So that might definitely be one for the steward's room, but it's unfortunate to see, because I did have high hopes of Vettel today, but
yeah, same.
Move on.
I mean, for those on the mediums, it's not too bad, but if you started on the hards, I mean, you're gonna have to pit. There's no point staying out on the hards. You're gonna have to pit anyway later on, and you never know, there might be another safety car later on anyway. So yeah, I expect the full grid to be boxing here.
Yeah, I mean, I just bet Julian is kicking himself right now after retiring on lap 1.
Yeah,
he could just put himself right back in this.
Exactly, and that's why you don't do it. Lap 1, it's a bit ridiculous. I know emotions run high, you know, and all that, but in fact, Regmeister has decided that he's going to stay out and take control of this race.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting.
Calvin as well, he's another one who's going to stay out. He wants a bit of track position. I have to say, I'm a little confused by this move, because they're still going to have to pit regardless, but you just be on a better tyre, so...
Yeah, I mean, the time they're going to lose now with
this is
6 lap older tyres.
That's just all a bit ridiculous.
Oh, that's a 10-second penalty.
Yeah, that's all just a little bit ridiculous. Both of them not wanting to concede. Yeah, I'm not really sure who was ahead at that point.
No, I mean, it is. You are allowed to overtake in the pit lane, but you know you've got to be careful. It can cost you a lot. You know?
Yeah, I think that's probably one. As long as they didn't get no damage, I think Ice Cream. Has he got a 10-second penalty? I think he might be, you know, trying to, you know, gives his race director and the footage, he could potentially get that removed. So
Yeah, I mean, it's one of two things, isn't it? One of them's gone in a bit deep and hit the other, or it is just a genuine incident where
yeah, it's an
neither driver
incident
was
under the
really to
safety car,
blame.
though. It's like nobody wants to give an inch.
No,
So
you never do.
yeah, listen, let the stewards fight it. Fight it out in the stewards' room.
Yeah.
But no damage. That's good. Obviously, if there is another safety car and there's another pit stop, that will be served. So that will be unremovable.
Yeah.
But Reg Meister is going to take us away. Potentially this lap. It would be a late one.
Is the safety car going to come in? I don't think it is. So he's staying out for one more. We'll get all the drivers ready and bunched up. I mean, I really do feel like Reg Meister should have just gambled it, gone straight onto the mediums, and played it from there, because he'd already have that advantage for the first few laps just on his tyre grip, and by the end of this stint, I fully expect him to be behind at least the top 6, just purely on the grip and the tyre wear he's already gained. And then after that, he's got to pit again.
Yeah.
Is he really going to have that much of an advantage from this?
Interesting.
I don't think he will.
Interesting that Ice Cream has gone on to the soft tyre. He served his 10-second penalty, so he's got no penalties to his name, but he's gone on to the soft tyre. So he's obviously going soft medium from here. I just wonder if that's a mistake. I mean, maybe he wanted to go onto the medium.
Yeah, I can't really see a reason why you'd want to go on the softs at this point. I mean, maybe if it was 4 or 5 laps left, then yeah, definitely risk it, take that risk. But they're not going to last much past 5 laps. I wouldn't imagine. The tyre wear here is high.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, unless he's counting on another lap, which I don't think we're going to get. He's going to catch these drivers up quite quickly.
Yeah, no, you will. It'll get to the back here, but I can't see the safety car out for another lap. I'd be very surprised if it is. Let's have a look. Surely.
Well, he is driving extremely slow. I mean, there are rules in the rulebook against this sort of behaviour, so he will see himself penalised by the stewards. Should he continue? There's no doubt about it. He is deliberately slowing up the pack here.
I mean, there's no need for that, is there?
I mean, I don't get it.
It's your mistake, It's why should everyone else have to suffer? And yet, safety car staying out for one more lap.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is up to drivers to report, but yeah, it'll be interesting because it is a nailed on penalty. Should it be reported?
I mean, all that's really going to do is give these front hard runners, the ones that have boxed, that extra lap, and that can be crucial for them.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why he couldn't just select the tyre he wanted to be on.
He's gone back onto the hard.
Yeah,
so tyre he was on.
Yeah,
before.
so it's clearly a strategy to benefit from that. So that's an interesting one. I mean, if that's reported, that's a nailed on penalty.
Yeah, 100%. No one wants to see that sort of thing.
No, exactly. That's how do we call it? Unsportsmanlike or ungamemanship, shall we say?
Yeah. Definitely.
Which is why we have these rules in place.
Yeah, and listen, they're there for everyone to take advantage of. If you see a driver in front of you, breaking the rules, pausing under safety car, slowing down deliberately under safety car so they can stay out an extra lap, just report them. You might benefit from that. I mean, if Ice Cream finishes on the podium here, and he doesn't get reported, the driver behind.
I mean, that's on the drivers. If they don't decide to report it, then so be it. But I know from speaking from experience when I was racing a couple of years ago now, but I honestly I would report anything if I could gain from it.
Oh, 100%. And even if I knew the driver was going to finish 10 seconds ahead of me, I'm reporting them just in case. As yet, safety car is in this lap. Going to get ready for racing. I'll let you begin this one off, since I did take the race start from you. Gotcha, a little bit far behind there.
There we go then. Reg Meister is going to take us away. He is on the hard. Safety car pulls in. And this is the position where drivers need to be a little bit careful. And he has gone. Obviously no overtaking until they cross that start-finish line. I know it's hard for some people as Silo's already pulled across. And in fact he's already passed. So before turn 1 he's already passed. Up the inside is Ripson. Yeah. Reg Meister, he doesn't want to get involved here. He's running his own race, and I think you're going to see through this sector, Sam, the front two possibly already get that 1 second gap.
Yeah, I mean, right there, as Bobby picks up 3 seconds, you know, getting ahead of the older tyres in front, it is crucial. I mean, they're only going to hold you up through here, and that is not what Gatcha's going to want to have in front of him. He's going to go straight to the dive bomb here, heading into the...
Oh, watch out for don't make contact.
Just about gets it done, as he's now giving a toe to Bobby behind, who will get a great run down this straight now. Yeah, that is just going to be Reg Meister falling down the order, as Gatcha's not quite got DRS, but it is not active this lap. Will be open on the next lap. So let's hope he can, you know, gain a bit of time coming through sector 3 now.
There's a lot of side-by-side going through this sector as well, as Snowbody makes his way up to P10. Panchito up the inside of Calvin. Calvin, oh, a little snap through. There's a McLaren going through as well. Oh, Constantino effect, the door open for Balkowski. And it's so close that one little mistake is allowing the door to open and people are sending it. I mean, there's nothing absolutely wrong with that.
No, not at all, but, you know, as predicted, Reg Meister just falling down the order. Same with Calvin, as Manu just did make an overtake up the inside of turn 15, which has been a favourite spot of his. You know, straight past Reg Meister, and he's going to now be trying, burning every last bit of battery he's got just to get that DRS back.
These guys, there's a lot of wheel-to-wheel, there's debris. Pachito and Zeno, a lot of contact there through the whole of Sector 1. Yeah, so I mean, as Pachito, he hasn't got any damage, so that's good. Neither has Zeno. There was debris flying, and look, Calvin has lost completely touch with the McLaren, so it's just all the squabbling. You really do lose a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Cream still not making up any positions, you know. These guys at the back really need to get past Calvin here. It is very crucial that they do that, and they all do go through as, almost 3 wide there, as Pachito maintains his position ahead of Zeno. But,
Yeah, Marius Anderson.
The time they've lost there, you know, they could fully just be out of the points now. You know,
Marius Anderson's not. I tell you what, that setup does not look nailed on. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but he was really losing the back end there through the slow corners. A little bit of a snap there from Banana 590. Red Devil down to P9, but he's got that front wing fixed.
So Bobby Lyons sets the fastest lap there with. Was that with or was that without the RS? I'm not quite sure.
I think it would have been with.
Yeah, nonetheless, he was flying right now. Looking to secure that last podium place for Mercedes. Banana as well. I mean, not been having the greatest of races, I feel like. You know, he really needs to get up there, get with or ahead of his teammate, because, you know, that is his championship rival right now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know, it's penalties are going to be a factor in this. We've got a McLaren and a Ferrari coming together. That was Bielkowski and Marius, I think. As now Banana's going to make a move. No, it wasn't Banana, it was Gatcha. We're watching Banana. Let's go to Red Devil. Marius is on the move as well. He's just got past Bielkowski.
Yeah, making moves here, it's a crucial part. Silo and Ripson, they have checked out. It looks like, unless one of them makes a mistake, it is going to be just them two flying away and battling for that P1. But P3 here, it is all to play for between Bobby and Gatcha.
Yeah, and Reg Meister is the cork in the bottle, isn't he, as well? It's from Red Devil to Banana. I think that ship's come and gone for Red Devil. I don't think they're going to close up much more. Ice Cream has had enough. That's fair enough. But yeah, like I say, Red Devil struggling to get past that Red Bull, and Banana's able to get onto the back of Mano. Bobby looking, I have to say, quite comfortable in P4 right now.
Yeah, obviously, he has got a penalty, but we're coming up to halfway through the race now. There's still plenty of time for the drivers ahead to make mistakes, so don't get disheartened just because you've got a penalty. There's always a chance that you could get it removed. Obviously, you're still battling for position. There's definitely a chance that the other driver can make mistakes, go wide, just pick up that one warning that ruins their race, and he's straight back in it.
Yeah, a couple of overtakes to mention. Ripson gets past Silo, Bobby past Gatcha, and Banana past Mano. Red Devil up to 7th, so making moves.
Yeah, Red Devil finally able to get past Regmeister. Definitely going to be getting a bit frustrated that he was stuck behind the Red Bull there for so long, but they'll have to try and make the time up here. He's only got 3/10 to do it. It's very doable, but coming on to the start-finish straight here, he's going to lose time.
I have to say, absolutely, you love the fact that Regmeister is giving it some beans. He's not laying down. Okay, he's not on the same strategy as these guys, but his tires aren't that much older. And that, yeah, that was a weird one from Marius. That looked like as soon as the Red Bull was there, he sort of moved in.
He's not checked his mirrors there at all, has he?
Yeah, he didn't look like he was very aware of cars around him. That's an interesting one. Hopefully.
Regmeister picks up end plate damage, and he's hit the Haas as well. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, the good news for him is he'll be on the mediums.
Yeah, you can always take that fastest lap
get
point
some
away
fast.
from,
Yeah, exactly. Get the fastest lap.
But he won't benefit from it, but neither will anyone else if he takes it.
Yeah, and I think it's worth mentioning that this is the first time a lot of these drivers have raced together, and obviously, as you race more and more with certain people, you get a little bit more comfortable. You get to know their movements, their racing style, their aggressiveness, and I think that's what we're seeing a little bit of in this race. This is a first time. Like the likes of, Bobby, Mano, have raced with these guys. So I think as you see more races, you'll get a bit more comfortable with each other.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a big adjustment, just jumping into a new league, into a new seat, and you've got no idea, what the other guys are like around you, how they race wheel to wheel, unless you have raced with them previously. It's all to play for. End of the day. Silo and Ripson have they've checked out, so it is now going to be a battle for P3 for the last podium spot between Bobby and Gatcha. They've also broken that 3-second gap now to the cars behind.
Oh, a little moment from Snowbody allows Ponchito to get through. He just lost it on his own. We caught the back end of it, and he's gone off track. Yeah, I was going to say that's at least a warning. Opportunistic from Panchito. Marius Anderson on the back of Bielkowski. Red Devil in his own little world. got a battle between Mano and Banana. So we've got a battle for first and second, third and fourth, fifth and sixth, and then 8th down to 11th.
Yeah, a lot of action here today, especially in the midfield. But I feel like that is to be expected, especially with these drivers.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, Meister being the cork in the bottle, it has allowed this sort of spread, this little breakup. That's all it takes. Is one driver to decide, you know what, I'm going to mix it up, and then hold someone up, and you've got a little bit of a split. But there are battles within the split. The only one who's really on his own is Red Devil.
Yeah, he's sort of being left by the Haas and the Alpine ahead of him, and I don't think there's much he can do now to catch back up. 2.7 seconds, 2.8 seconds floating between that. It's going to be hard, and if he can do it, fair play to him.
I have to say, I'm really impressed with Ripson's pace. He's someone that he barely joined the league, maybe, I think, a week ago or so. Obviously, I'm well aware of his pace, seen him in multiple lists in the time trial, seen him in, I think, maybe 1 or 2 different leagues, but he is really showing that he belongs on the table.
Yeah, he's not taking no for an answer here. He wants to win this race. He's making himself known. He's like, I am here. I'm not just going to sit behind you because you are Silo. I'm gonna win this race. That's what he wants to do right now.
Absolutely.
Both drivers giving it an absolute all here, and I can very much see this going down to the line here between these two.
Yeah, well, I don't doubt it. One mistake could be costly, especially when you've got nobody to sort of help get you back in there. It looks like a nice little battle here between Balkowski, Marius, and Ponchito for 8th, 9th, and 10th. All got a penalty as well, so this is for position. And don't discount Zeno, because that guy has a lot of pace, and if these begin to battle, slowly but surely he'll come back into it. And if they work together, eventually they will catch up to Red Devil.
Yeah, no, they very much so. I mean, with the DRS, it's such a powerful tool here, especially Sector 2, that big long straight, one of the biggest straights on the calendar. The time gain there, provided you all go through cleanly. You're not going side by side and costing each other time. You can really gain up the positions there. I feel like Red Devil should definitely be looking at just putting a good few clean laps in, staying ahead, keeping these guys behind.
Yep. This straight being the prime place for an overtake. It looks like Ponchito is having a look at the Ferrari. Nothing doing this time, but letting him know he's there. He's just stepping out of the mirror.
Yeah, I mean, if I were these guys, I'd be looking at getting ahead of this McLaren as soon as possible and keeping him behind me. He is on all the tyres, 5 extra laps. He has pit though. He has gone on to the mediums. I believe it was wing damage he did box for. But he's definitely going to be slowing them down, especially through Sector 3 here, with how close they are.
Yeah, I don't think the mediums are going to be great at the end, but if he does fight them, it'll bring Zeno back into it. You can see that the Ferrari's struggling through turn 1. A little bit of a poor exit. I think Ponchito, to be fair, I think he's quicker than the Ferrari right now.
Yeah, I think overall overlap.
Is there damage? Is the Ferrari got damage? He's missing a left end plate. That'll be why.
Big time through here.
Yeah, that'll be why. So the Haas needs to get through. I wonder where Marius has done that then, because I'm guessing he's just run into the back of the McLaren.
Yeah, it'll have just been a case of a bit of a bumper exchange, and that is all it takes here to get damage. Very delicate cars at the end of the day, even with our settings. Put down, reduced, it's still very easy to just flip that wing and give yourself.
Oh, the
damage.
Ferrari sent out the
Marius,
McLaren. He's
yeah, doesn't quite get the move done. He's not going to be able to hang it on the outside though. You know, that damage really costing him there.
Yeah.
He's tapped the rear there. No damage by the looks of it, or no further damage, I should say.
Yeah, well, he didn't get through, so it's not a case of, you know, sort of a punt to pass, but you can see that, yeah, so Ponchito needs to get through here.
Yeah, Marius really being quite aggressive here, and there's no need for that. Really, no need for that.
Yeah, it was reckless racing, is what's going on here.
Now, obviously, Ponchito's now picked up a bit of end plate damage, and yeah, that's a bit of a desperate move, I'd say.
Yeah, especially with damage, as you say, and that's allowed Zeno to get involved. So that's good news for the Mercedes.
I mean, he's only cost himself and the drivers behind there. Obviously not happy that he couldn't get the move done off the back of the main straight, as, yeah, that is the kick salver into the pit lane of Calvin. Calvin has retired.
I think we're going to see we're going to see a pass for P. No, we've gone there. So let's go back on board with Zeno, because, I mean, he's got 3 cars ahead of him. 2 have got damage. One's on the medium.
And, well, all 3 ahead of him have got penalties, so he could just sit here and you know, gain time on Red Devil. I think that would be the game plan here. For me, anyway, I'd be looking to, you know, use these guys for DRS, get past them.
And I think what needs to happen here is there needs to be a period of adjustment with people having damage, and they need to just acknowledge that they've got damage and just brake a little bit earlier, just make the corner.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, Zeno behind, he's going to just be quicker than these guys. Despite being on the older tyres, you know, his tyres are more aged than the guys in front, but nothing can make up for a broken front wing.
Yeah, I know, but I tell you what, I mean, no front plate, but that DRS keeping them there, this is the sector where it'll hurt them.
Yeah, definitely, and this is where Zeno needs to, you know, he needs to be getting ahead before sector 1, you know. Down the start-finish straight, he needs to start looking at getting moves done and making places up, as Lukowski picks up in 3 seconds, and so does Nobody. But yeah, Zeno needs to look at getting past it.
Yeah, we're missing a few overtakes for 3rd, but I tell you what, this action here from P8 down to P11. I mean, they're still catching Red Devil. As Marius is making a move, a little bit of contact, is there?
Oh, he gets forced off a bit wide there by the McLaren. He's going to stick it down the inside. Zeno's going to go down the inside as well.
McLaren down the inside. Switch back from the Mercedes. This. I tell you what, there's people are going to trip over each other here.
Yeah, definitely. Marius is still just trying to get it up the inside.
There's no downforce.
Got the downforce though. Yeah, he can't keep it there. He needs to.
Nah, that's just. That's poor racing.
He's gonna dive into the pits here, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's retiring.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. I can't help but feel like his racecraft has left the building in the last sort of 3 laps. A lot of that felt self-inflicted.
Just a bit of just a bit of red mist.
Yeah, exactly. Red mist is probably the best way to describe it. Listen, things happen in racing. Sometimes they go for you, sometimes they go against you.
Yeah, it's just how it is. You've got to accept that at the end of the day. I mean, Zeno's he's broke that DRS straight away as soon as he's got ahead. This McLaren and this Haas just battling every corner.
Yeah, look at the gap from apparently Zeno to Red Devil. It was 2.2, I think, at one point. It's now 9.8. So that's kind of summed. That's kind of consolidated Red Devil's position and Red Devil's time. 2 seconds to Banana though. Can he get back
Yeah.
into that DRS?
I mean, Gatcher as well. Let's not miss him out. He's sitting P3, no penalties. He's going to be gaining a heap of points right now on Banana. And obviously, still they're both teammates, but at the end of the day, you still want to prove, I am the #1 driver here. I am champion at the end of the day. So Banana not going to be too happy with this, as he will still pick up P5 though on penalties.
Oh, Ponchito, so he's had enough. He'll be in the pits.
Yeah, a few drivers retiring in the pits today. Not what you want to see, but it happens, unfortunately. As soon as these drivers realise that they're not going to be making any positions up. I think as well, Pochito, with that wing damage that he got from the scuffling with Marius, he's probably just a bit disappointed more than annoyed at how his race has gone. Very unlucky for him, but fortunately happens.
Bobby's getting back past Gatcher. I think Gatcher is just playing it cool right now. He knows he's going to get P3. P1 and 2 have gone. Let's have a look at the Haas of Manu. Manu and Banana having, I have to say, quite an enjoyable battle here through this race. Bring in Red Devil into it, though.
Yeah, that's not something you want to do, especially, Red Devil. He is not, he's not someone to mess around with. He's a quick driver. He's not, by any means slow. And, if that opportunity presents itself, he will go through. He will take that position.
Yeah. Balkowski is battling with Zeno. Balkowski seems to have regained his pace again. For a slight brief moment, a lap or two, maybe he was harvesting. But yeah, he looks like he's well up for this race with Zeno. In fact, Zeno's fallen 4 seconds behind Red Devil, so perhaps he's had a moment, and that's brought Balkowski right back into it.
Yeah, I think as well, as a switchback from Zeno there, can he get it?
Hang on a minute. Zeno's got damage.
Oh, when did that come about?
Yes, when did that come about? As Red Devil picks up his penalty, that kind of ruins his plans to battle for P5. I think, have a look at yourself if Zeno's got damage, but I think he has. As Ripson and Silo for the 23rd lap battle it into Sector 3. It really is.
Third lap, they're going to swap positions.
Yeah, I would hate to see how many times these guys have swapped positions, but
yeah, Zeno does have damage as well. Just confirming that, and it is it's quite heavy end plate damage by the looks of it. So
yes,
he's not going to be happy with that.
A lot of damage in this race without it ever being sort of, shall we say, safety car worthy.
Yeah, no sort of race ending damage, just sort of, oh my god, this is very annoying damage. You can't really justify pit stopping for an end plate unless it is the first few laps, and just you can undercut, I guess. But yeah, very unfortunate for few drivers here today.
Yeah, so it looks like we got first and second nailed on. Third is nailed on at the minute. I wonder, Gatcher, if he picks up a penalty though, that'll Bobby will be licking his chops.
I will check the warnings now and let you know if Gatcher is even close to a penalty.
Mano is in P6. Red Devil is now just about within DRS range. It looks like McLaren's going to pick up a double dose of points. In fact, Reg Meister potentially going to get P9.
Yeah, from what I mean, all the way back, he had to box for the fresh set. His tyres aren't going to be hurting at this point, but if he just keeps it clean, that's, fetch the points. And at the end of the day, I feel like, he has had a very good race, despite, some of the decision making with the safety car not pitting. But,
yeah.
I don't think he can be too unhappy with that.
No. And I do think as Ponchito's side in the pits, Silo penalty.
Wow. That is really mixed it up then.
Yeah, it has.
Gatcher as well is only on 1 warning, so maybe, just maybe, he can look at pushing, maybe swapping over with Bobby a bit, now trying to climb back, but it is unlikely that he does move any closer to them two out front.
Yeah, penalty for Gatcha as there's a car coming out of the pits. We need to be careful of that Haas. Why is that Haas not ghosted?
That's a bit, yeah, that's just a game
yeah, that's the game being absolutely amazing. But
phenomenal.
Red Devil having to take some action there. It's possibly going to cost him some DRS here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's almost.
He's
almost
struggling. He is struggling.
I think he is just going to keep it, which is good. But that would have been one way to lose DRS.
Absolutely. But I mean, the one thing it did lose him is the opportunity to make a pass. So
yeah, I mean, he needs to look at getting and staying ahead of Mano, as he is the other driver with the penalty. I think Banana here can just take it easy, coast it to the end. You know, take his P5 without penalties. You know, but Red Devil is definitely going to be looking at getting up there, getting ahead of Mano.
Well, he needs to get ahead of Mano, doesn't he? Because he'll be behind on because of the penalty. So Mano is the target. If he can get a P6, I think that'll be a fairly decent result, considering he picked up damage early and lost a few positions. Granted, there's been a few people potentially who would have been ahead of him, but yeah, I have to say, I mean, the top two have been racing all race. Third and fourth have. Fifth, sixth have been racing all race. So it's been a lot of duels here at Texas.
Yeah, you know, it has produced some good racing, some very controversial racing, but obviously that is one for the stewards. It's not something I'm going to have to deal with, thankfully, but you know, I've enjoyed it. It's definitely been a good race so far.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of words in the Discord after this race.
Hang on a minute. I think Regmeister could pick up P8 from that, actually, as he is only a second out of it to get the position from Bialowski.
I tell you what, don't discount. I know we got 2.5 laps to go. Don't discount Zeno nicking the final point here.
Yeah, as again, he's only what
is he, 11 seconds behind, but he's got complete brand new tyres, no penalties.
Yeah, oh well, there it is. He has as Snowbody picks up another 3 seconds, putting himself on 12 seconds of penalties in total.
Yeah, he may just nick that last point.
Very, very lucky from where he was with that damage as well. I mean, what a race from Ripson as well. At no point I feel has he been knocked down on confidence. He's been right there with Silo at every turn, every corner. You know, every straight he's either just ahead or just behind him, and you can't fault it. You know, it's a clean race. So far, no penalties. Let's hope he keeps it that way, because I'd really like to see a win here from the debutant.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it at the early stage of the race, didn't we? When he got past Vettel, he was the one person we felt could close that gap. Because Silo, you got to remember, was nearly second gone. Zeno's retired in the pits. He's had enough.
Not sure quite why he's done that, because he would have got points. And it's 2 laps to go. 1 point is still a point. That's a bit. I
mean, feel free to do what he wants.
Yeah.
Just what is the fastest?
Up to him.
Well, he's got the fastest lap. I don't think anyone's going to be. Well, nobody can pit now anyway. As Red Devil. Oh, we are. Here's the action.
Yeah. Coming on to, into sector 3 now. Getting ready for the final lap. Mano going to have DRS on Banana. He's going to stay ahead of Red Devil here, hopefully, on the start-finish straight for him anyway. And all Mano has to do here is just stay behind Banana, and I feel like he keeps position here, provided he doesn't make any mistakes.
I think, yeah.
Red Devil's gone.
Yeah, he'll be picking up one of that. I think, yeah, Manu has got the gap. I'm not sure why I'm echoing in your headset, but Manu stays behind through Sector 1 and then overtakes in Sector 2. Job done.
Yeah. Feel like that going wide by Red Devil may have been a bit of strategy, just to gain that extra little bit of time to try and get ahead before the final straight. But it has not benefited him. He's still behind, and as it looks, finishing in P7.
For the final time, Silo is going to make a move on Ripson. He's probably going to get the win on track. I've no doubt we're going to see a report, potentially getting a 3-second remove, but Getcha gets past Bobby. Manu gets past. Oh, watch out for Red Devil. He gets past as well. Yeah, but he needs to get past Manu. That's the one.
I can definitely see a very big upset coming in here from Red Devil, as he's going to get desperate for that final position. Well, not final position, but
we're missing it all. We're missing it all. We're trying to get the winner. We're trying to get them all, but there's just too much going on. Silo is going to take the win on track. Congratulations to him. Ripson with a great drive picks up the win.
Bobby's still right behind Gatcha despite his penalty, not letting it get in his head.
Yeah, great battle from those guys.
The line. P3 for Gatcha, P4 for Bobby, as Manu, Devil and Banana coming through the final corner now. It'd be Manu take P5 on track, but he will drop down to P6 with his penalty. Banana, P5, Manu P6.
Oh, a moment P7. There from Balkowski. This camera is absolutely horrendous.
Regmeister just outside of getting that P8. That is got to be.
Depends on the final corner, because he had a moment, didn't he, Balkowski? Yeah, 2 temps. 2 temps. Yeah. There we go.
Almost. That was, very good racing from everyone there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done to all the riders. I mean, you're saying there's a whole lot of DNFs. Yes, there certainly is.
Well, it is racing.
Thankfully, they were mostly in the pit lane. I think there was only the one incident, wasn't there? And that was it Vettel and Bobby?
Yeah, Vettel and Bobby, and then you had what was ending up in Marius retiring in the pits was obviously him having his little couple of moments, just desperately trying to get past. But yeah, no real on-track retirements other than Vettel, I believe.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a few strong words between the drivers. I mean, obviously, the name of the game is not a contact sport. But that's it. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed that. There was many battles in different positions in the race. I think overall, I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd really just like to see Ripson coming back. You know, he's shown he can take the challenge to Silo, and you know he's not going to back down. He is right there with him. I mean, to go a second and a half down to Silo to then take the position and pulling yourself back into DRS and then just flying off with him is fair play and well done to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're not going to do some interviews tonight because I have got to go. But I have to say, thanks for commentating tonight, Sam. Hopefully, we can get you involved in some way, maybe further in the season, or perhaps certainly season 3. For everyone who's not in the league or in the server, get yourself in !Mark Discord. Come and join us for season 3 Wednesday nights. We'll see you there.